How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to show you in less than 5 minutes how to set up your spear gun shooting line for a breakaway system to a float. Let's get after it. Quick side note, thanks for watching the video. If you don't mind, like and subscribe. Appreciate that. If you like watching spearfishing videos or how-to content, just follow and I'll get more out to you. Thanks. Alright, so to get started on this, you're going to need something to cut with. I like using these vice grips. You can really get away with any kind of pliers, but in my opinion it's easier just to pinch it down, let the pliers do the work for you. You're going to need a lighter. I'm using some 1.9 high stiff Dyneema, and then you're going to need some of this stretchy bungee cord material. I'll put a link in the description for you guys to everything you need. So to start this off, we're going to make a Rapala knot. The first step of the Rapala knot is you need to simply make a loop in your shooting line and then take your tag in and pass it through. Okay. You need a good amount of tag as you cinch this down, probably like, I don't know, for me, my pinky, big enough loop on there. And then on your gun, you've got a notch somewhere at the top of your gun where it's going to run up and it's going to loop over the top of your gun, and it's going to keep that gun in place until you're ready to shoot. On this gun, it just so happens to be on the right side. So I'm going to come over here with my tag in and I'm going to send it through the right side of the shark fin. That way when we're done, this line is going to run up this side and not be crossing over the gun from the left to the right. And then from here, what we're going to do, angle this towards you guys. From here, we're going to send our tag end through the loop we made earlier, just like this. Okay, right there, you got your loop with the tag end going through it. We're going to pinch this loop. We're going to rotate our line around the main line. We'll say two times. 2 times, so starting from the base, 1 loop, 2 loop. And then after that, take your tag in and you're going to send it right down the center of that loop you made earlier. Okay? And then you're going to take this and pull that tag tight while also pulling on the main line. Nice and slow, making sure you get this uniform. And then I like to take my tag in. It's underneath the loop right now. I send it back through towards the top. You get your tag end coming through the loop to your shark fin at this point. This is where your vice grips will come into play. Just give that a pinch. And then I take this main line, give it a couple wraps, and I'm gonna cinch this down. Really snug. Okay. Vice grips broke off, that's how snug we pulled it. And then our tag in, we're going to give this a snip, remove that tag, and then we're going to burn this tag that's left until it forms a little ball at the edge of the knot. That way if anything were to fail for some reason, that ball that you build up will help keep that from pulling through the knot. and then just let that cool. Okay. Now from here, we have our loop made on our shark fin that is secure, and we're going to take the rest of our Dyneema and we are going to run it. In this case, we're using a traditional band gun, triple band. Make sure that your Dyneema runs underneath those bands, and then you're going to flip it. Make sure it feeds through your line holder properly. And I'm gonna do a double wrap on this gun. You can do more or less depending on how yours is set up. Okay, so come back here to the line release for the trigger mech. And then up here to here. It's all knotted up on me. Line management, people, it's important. Come back up one more time. And then from here is where you got to pay attention. You get towards the bottom. And then the goal is we want to make a loop that's going to sit just before our trigger mech, something like that. Say 1.5 inches, 2 inches or so. And how we're going to do that? Simply going to get our general distance, and then we're going to do a double overhand, make a loop like that, and then we're going to send this tag end loop through the main loop twice. So go 1, 2, and then we'll pull it tight, just like that. That's nice and snug. We got our loop just before the line release. So we're gonna get this excess out of our way with our handy dandy kniff. All right, that's good. Now this is where our stretchy band material comes in. So whenever you pull the trigger, this line release drops. So we want just enough of this stretchy material to keep tension on this line while you're diving. That way it doesn't just pop off. So you're going to get a general idea. This is pretty short. It's only from here to here. So we're going to get a pretty small loop. You can keep the tag in on here just to help you with giving you something to work with. It can be difficult tying the knots if you cut it short prior to tying the knot. Pro tip, don't ask me how I know. So another overhand knot, sending these tags through, and then once you got them through, being greedy again, I hate buying all this stuff. All right, so got this knot tied, and you're gonna cinch this tight. We can test it. So this is gonna come back here, and that right there, you test the tension, because when you're diving and you got this float line clipped on here, it can pull this way, and if it's not stiff enough on this stretchy line, it can pull it off mid-dive, and that sucks. So you want to make sure that there's not much. For this one, honestly, I could make it stiffer, so I probably will, but I'll do that afterwards. You guys get the gist. So from there, grab knife again, and we're going to cut these tags and burn them. Okay. And then from there, just just for visual purposes, show you guys what we're working with. This is your float line to your float. The Dyneema section, you're going to connect to your float line, however you have it set up, specific ties or whatnot. Clip it on. Take your bungee cord that you tied on to the main shooting line, snap that on there, and you're good to go. That's going to hang out like that. Then you're down deep, see a fish, shoot said fish, it's all going to break away, and now you're free to float to the surface while the fish is fighting that float. With that, now you know how to tie your floats on. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. There's more than one way to skin a cat, so if you have ways that you were taught that you think could be beneficial, drop them in the comments. I'm always willing to learn. See you next time.